a Mei player from Europe actually, so I have commentated quite a bit there, and personally, I've just really enjoyed the game. So yeah,
That's the main thing that matters, and what also matters is that we are getting into this game. We're going to be seeing Mira versus Naomi.
yeah, that's gonna be a rough matchup. I feel it is almost more favored for Nagaryuki in this case.
Mm-hmm. While, yeah, Sol does have a lot of options that can close the space with the long-reaching and long-acting normals that Naga has. It is going to be a very difficult matchup.
Exactly, but I mean, not if you just play real well and don't let Naga actually use his button. I'm saying Naga has some range as well, not to mention his pressure can really suffocate you.
Definitely. All right, so on my end, I'm not going to be too much good commentating right now, considering that it's still catching up. It seems that we're finally here now, and Mira is taking a very dominant, looking to take a very dominant game one, finding a counter
Looking
hit
like that
and
burst
using
going
all
to be
bars.
baited, yeah. I was expecting like that burst looked like it was going to be baited and it happened. That's the unfortunate thing of getting your burst back in a combo where you know they have meter to stop. Like, or just have a moment where they can stop and just block it. You're like, well, I kinda have to. But also, if I do it, they're likely going to expect it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the worst things. While burst does refill decently fast, it's definitely hard to have to deal with just knowing that it's going to get faded. Or maybe
Exactly.
that's just me being bad at seeing burst baits coming.
It might be, but then again, it's also difficult considering that depending on the character you're fighting, the baited burst might not be that obvious, right? Mei, for example, she baits bursts all the time, making it look like it's just casually a day job, but it really depends because obviously in her main combo you can't burst, but you have to really figure that out.
Well, once again, getting back into it, I always love whenever a match starts and it's just like in incredibly fast motion while it's catching up. But it seems we finally started to even out now. But
yeah.
I almost couldn't even tell that this was wasn't in full or wasn't being sped up anymore. Given how fast Mira managed to take this round, the aggression of her Sol is just terrifying.
Yeah, those DPs are coming in handy as well. Gotta be careful though, considering Sol has a pretty good one. Nice back throw here as well. Gonna get her in the corner. Now you're just kind of stuck here.
Good use of the FD to go ahead and start getting a little bit more distance. That's definitely something you're going to have to do against Sol, and something you're absolutely going to have to do against Mira. Once again, showing her aggression, just running directly in, getting the corner carry, but unfortunately dropping it.
Tyrant Rave coming out is not going to land. PRC comes in, will get the punish there.
Those baits were incredibly impressive.
Yeah, Mira is just
round
ready.
two.
Like, Mira is just absolutely ready for the burst to come out and just blocks every single time so far. It's really good.
Yes, she is our #1 seed, so it's what's to be expected. I do believe that she was the only one yesterday to get into 20 points. I will have to double check that just to make sure. The voice of God in my ear, aka Saki, just did confirm that she got to 21 points.
Alright. Yeah, it's one of those things. Is like, Sol is an incredibly good character. If you have good fundamentals, it really helps considering that all around, Sol has pretty good buttons, but his damage from the conversions that you can get are so good.
Definitely. Alright, just waiting on it to even out here. Alright, Mira taking a very dominant position in the corner, getting the wall stick, and going into Tyrant Rage.
Yeah, that is one dead Nago.
Absolutely. Alright, let's see what option we're going to be going for. Seeing a little bit of patience there from Mira, expecting the jump in.
Expecting it, but nice TP here, will do a bit of damage. Tyrant, that is such good pressure there. Just Naomi back stuck in the corner again, and it's really not where you want to be right now.
Yeah, Mira's use of the Faultless Defense is definitely showing that they have a lot of experience against Sol, because it's one of the best tools that you can have. His corner pressure is terrifying. All right, both of our players in. Looks like we're actually going to be seeing Baiken. So all of this talk about Risk, all of this talk about Ramlethal doesn't matter because we've got my sub-character out.
We've got some parries on the field.
Oh, I'm so excited. As long as I get to see one, I'll be happy. I might not get to see any pot busters, but maybe I'll get to see one parry.
Just maybe. It is an incredibly useful tool. You've got to be careful with it, considering the recovery on it. If you get caught missing one of those, you are in for a lot of pain.
Alright, big side switch, going straight into the corner, right where Milia thrives. Not having to worry about Risk when you're in a full combo, apparently. Alright, counter hit, but unfortunately, not anything to build off of it.
It's one of those things, you have to be incredibly careful, but Milia has so much movement that if she dances around you well, she's gonna catch you just like that. You're stuck in the corner, taking some damage. That's probably gonna be a wall, but indeed it is. Positive bonus to go with it.
Alright, unfortunately, Cadence hasn't been able to find an opening just yet. The Milia pressure has just been way too much to break through. Let's see if we're going to be getting a little bit of a download here and see if we might be seeing a few more openings being made. But unfortunately, the only opening so far is Miji, and that opening goes straight into the corner.
Yeah, unfortunately, Haircut gets blocked there, which is not what you want, but the air combo will land here. That's gonna, yeah, be a wall break indeed. Positive bonus again. Nice juicy meter to work with, and you already have some. Definitely what you need.
Right, finally using the burst and not wanting to take any more of this pressure. Right, locking down with the Tatami Gaishi, unfortunately going to be eating that throw, and that is going to be a dead Baiken. Miji putting one on the board for Team Milia.
Yeah, no, that's... It's the thing is that Milia may not do immediately a lot of damage, but it racks up very quickly over time when she just gets you confused, like you're not sure where to block, where she's coming from, and suddenly your HP is just dropping.
Yep. 5 small combos is just as much damage as one big combo. And exactly. It's harder to see coming, too. Alright, taking a minute, so it looks like we might be getting a character switch here. We might be pulling out the Ram. Given the fact that Ram's been in since day one, and we got Baiken pretty recently, chances are that Cadence has a lot more experience in this matchup. I looked away for 2 seconds, so I missed it, but it looks like I was right. We are going to be seeing Ram. Definitely much more favored in this matchup.
Yeah, this is going to be much more aggression allowed as well. Baiken has to be a bit more careful. Yes, you can do incredibly good mix-ups with Baiken, but you're kind of playing against the mix-up master of the game. That is not something you want to fight with in that regard.
Also, more air options for Ram, which, with this being 2 characters that are very comfortable in the air, especially Milia, that's not a place that Baiken strives. So that's... or thrives. I said the name of the game by mistake.
Like, so, Baiken use Hansen works well for that, but it's about the only thing you have here. Miji with the gold burst here. So much meter to use now.
Alright, finding an opening just before the disc starts to hit. And just as I had said before, that Ram has a lot more air options. We're starting to see those almost used immediately from Cadence. The long-reaching air normals are great for stuffing the approaches and side switches that Milia is built around. Again, at a full bar.
You also have a lot of meter there. Air throw will connect, and the RC of it will kill. Beautiful.
That was an amazing combo. I love this game.
Just realizing, oh, I got the meter still to do that? Let's go, let's just do that.
Her air combos are just so satisfying.
Yeah, unfortunately, did not get the wall stick to break the wall there, but does get
almost
the mix
surprising with the amount of damage that was dealt on that.
It certainly does, and this is gonna be... misses the dust.
Alright, Cadence still hanging on by a thread, finding a couple openings here and there, but unfortunately not managing to open Miji up just yet. Right, and that low is going to take it. Doesn't matter if it's the huge combos we saw at the beginning or one touch. If it kills, it puts a point on the board.
Exactly, and when you're so low HP, you have to be careful, and unfortunately that traded there, not what you want, but sometimes you just have to take it.
Hey, a kill is a kill is a kill.
Exactly. If at the end of the day your opponent is down, that's what you want, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we did see a lot more dominance and understanding at the beginning of that set, but it did look like Miji was able to adapt pretty quickly. So we're going to have to see if, as you had stated, Milia being the mix-up master of the game, we're going to have to see if we can get some more mix-ups, but who needs mix-ups when you have 60% damage combos.
Exactly. Like, sometimes you don't need to mix it, but of course, it is something that Melia is incredibly good at. But what's something that is Ramnatal incredibly good at is just choking you out with so much damage when she gets a single hit.
Right, reading the grab, definitely a good decision there. We have been seeing a lot of Roman cancels into grabs from Miji, so hopefully that's a little bit more understanding now.
Yeah, what a sea battle here, not getting anything out of it. That hair car will land.
Right, Miji's sitting at match point right now.
Yeah, and the throws are coming in again. This time misses that one, and that's going to be a good moment for Cadence to get some damage in.
Sitting at about equal life right now. Alright, Miji managing to build a couple more hits, just getting that corner carry, avoiding the explosion off of the sword, and the tables have turned with Cadence in the corner now. Having to eat all of this Milia damage, a little bit of extra damage there from the 50% risk.
Yeah, and that's going to be a wall break indeed. Positive bonus for Miji. Cadence does have some meter to use here, but can we find a good opening to do that? Royal Sea not getting the follow-up, but the air to rev will stop Miji from advancing for a moment.
Alright, Miji finding the counter hit into the kill. Another 3-0 on the board. Miji's going to be going on to fight Mira.
Incredibly strong by nature, right?
Alright, two characters that definitely excel in the mid-range, so it's going to be interesting to see how each of these players is going to find their way in, given that they both have a lot of options. Very back and forth so far, at least according to the life bar, given that it was catching up. I kind of missed the lead up here.
Exactly, but that throw PRC doesn't get anything. It's just one of those things where Milia takes it a little bit more slow, but like, you know, but every time she gets you, your mental just kind of walks away because you're like, well, I should have guessed that right.
We've seen a lot of corner carry heavy combos in this game, or in this match so far. Both players going coast to coast. Ino, unfortunately, having to cancel her world tour. But hey, doesn't matter. A little bit delayed. We're here now on the West Coast. East Coast.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
now
I'm
we're
terrible
getting
with
that world tour.
Alright, going into the combo, getting the full animation on it. You'll love to see it.
Exactly, landing a command grab is a beautiful thing there. Beautiful.
Hit by it so often. You would think that me, as a grappler, would remember the command grab super.
You would remember, but at the same time, you don't expect her to be using it out of all people.
Alright, so it's going to be Aletheia putting a point on the board.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing, considering that Ino's auto super is also incredibly strong, so that's the one you generally see happen, and generally stops you out of your combo, but the command grab can catch you off guard, and it's just so unfortunate when it happens and you're in the corner.
And when you're me, who's used to dealing out the grabs and not taking them, you never see it coming.
That is true.
Alright, just catching up here so far. Very, very back and forth, just trading a couple small hits. Interesting use of the burst, managing to avoid that hit. Didn't quite get what you wanted out of it, but you avoided the hit, and that's the main thing that matters. Unfortunately, not avoiding the high-low mix-ups that Ino is so famous for. Into the very super we mentioned just a second ago.
Yeah, it's such a good super. It's generally the one you'll see. It breaks walls, it does a lot of damage. And
not gonna lie, I got hit by that. I should have seen it coming, like, you know, low against an Ino, just expect the overhead, but unfortunately I never do, and unfortunately neither did Alex.
Yeah, no, that's one of those things that I know especially is that you have to kind of reverse fuzzy block. You have to expect the high first and then the low. Unfortunately, that stroke 3 will land, and now you're in the corner again, having to guess. This time you're blocking it all, but the throw will keep you there.
Alright, tried to go for a shimmy, but Alex had an answer, but unfortunately, that's the answer to everything. Aletheia putting another point on the board, up with a 2-0. Let's see if we can get another 3-0. It would be so interesting to see if we get, like, all 3-0s down the first round.
It is looking like it, though. Like, at this rate, it's very possible.
Mm-hmm. All right, getting right back into it. No time for breathers.
No time for breathers, we're just going in, like, clashing or fighting here. Let's see what happens.
All right, great counter hit to start it off, and already in the corner, where we've been seeing Aletheia dominate so far. Getting the wall stick. Okay, opting for a reset instead. Interesting decision.
Definitely, I'm just doing some catching up real quick, so...
Okay. Alright, Aletheia still holding down the corner pretty dominantly and closing it out. I did actually think that was a perfect... There were a couple hits in the beginning that I apparently missed while we were catching up.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, sometimes that just happens. Like, things can go incredibly quick.
Mm-hmm.
The strike between going under there actually really convenient. 6B landing, now you're immediately pushed out of the corner.
Alright, just trading counters right now. Unfortunately not getting heavy combos off of either of them.
Unfortunately, but at the same time, that is definitely something Alex wants right now, but it does not matter.
Not at all. The wall break is going to kill it, and commentator's blessing. We got another 3-0 on the board.
Just never know.
I mean, hey, they got to top 8 in this event. That by itself shows that you know, they're very, very strong players.
Exactly.
Seeing Jacko and Kai. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. Both characters kind of having answers to the others' toolkits.
Kai is a very polarized matchup for a lot of players, especially considering he kind of makes you play his own game and you kind of have to play neutral, which weird thing in Guilty Gear.
Right?
You know, honest ground-based footsies that the Guilty Gear series is known for.
Alright, we did see this miss yesterday, but fortunately we were close enough for this to connect this time. And we're, of course, going to be getting that wall break on it. Once again, sending out the minions immediately, batting the minion away. Get that out of here.
Exactly, those minions can be really scary. If they get you, she just kind of suffocates you with pressure, all the minions, all the damage that she then brings in.
Not getting the wall splat, unfortunately, but you don't need a wall splat to kill when you've only got a smidgen of health left.
Exactly, just need that little bit. It doesn't matter if it's a trade or just a counter hit or just a straight random hit. If you get that hit, you got what you want.
Interesting seeing Ephelle using what I believe is Jacko's 2D, more for momentum than as an actual move. It's an interesting decision. Locomotion as opposed to momentum would have been a little bit better of a term there.
Exactly, and here we go. In the corner, you're stuck. Minions on you. Gotta have to burst out of there. You do not want to take all that damage.
Surprise wall splat!
Surprise, and did not go for the command grab there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Could possibly have killed with the Elysian driver there, but might have been too slow otherwise. We don't know for sure, but right now, of course, trying to find your way in is always difficult with Kai having a decent projectile that really suffocates, but does not matter. 2K, 2D, classic.
Alright, putting a quick point on the board, getting a little bit more of a fight out of that than before, so let's see if this might be our first to upset our consistent 3-0s.
Yeah, it's a little bit more back and forth, which is definitely something you want to see.
Mm-hmm. Alright, getting back into it. This is Strive, no time for breathers.
No time for breathers, it's full stop fighting.
Right. Alright, straight back into it. Of course, skipping the intros, no time for those.
Intros take too long, it doesn't matter. We don't need those.
Alright, using the dust to get that little bit of extra damage and start bringing the momentum into Ephelle's favor.
I love it. High speed Guilty Gear, you know?
Hey, like I said, sometimes you can't tell if it's high speed or not.
Yeah, it's another thing that hopefully we'll see Guilty Gear working out, but I mean...
There's that command grab super that we missed before.
Yeah.
Missed seeing, didn't miss landing. And who needs command grabs when you got normal throws to take the game?
Exactly, just throw them, it's fine, it works.
Alright, good punish there, setting up the minion behind.
Exactly, minions out on the field, definitely giving you some space to work with. 2D Roland there, doesn't quite get the combo, but beautifully throws the minion up to get the hit there.
Alright, Nim starting to find her footing a little bit more.
Just a little bit, but just like that, the bait is real. That misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, the burst was out enough for the for that to miss, but Nim's sitting at a touch now, and unfortunately, there's the touch to take it.
Yeah.
Right, it's going to be 2-0.
Jacko, unfortunately, just kind of kicks you away as well when she touches you generally.
Mm-hmm.
As that is basically her basic block string, is only in that kick to get some space to put the minion on the field and reapply the pressure, of course.
And once again, back into it. As soon as this eagle gets out of our way, we'll actually be able to see.
Exactly. The eagle is, he wants some screen time, you know?
Hey, he deserves it. He's a good boy.
That is true.
Alright, what openers are we going to be seeing? Great counter hit. This is going to be some very, very heavy damage. Looks like we're trying to get some corner juggles, but unfortunately not finding the opening for it. Using the install super for the minions. What can you do but block and hope they don't go for an overhead? Unfortunately, Ephelle did go for an overhead and found that opening, putting 7 platinum letters on the board. Beautiful play there by Ephelle. Great character knowledge, great matchup knowledge. Just great play all around today. Especially
that pressure, just you cannot really get out of it. There's so many minions, you have to eventually just hit them to stop it from going on, but Jacko, once you hash you in the corner like that, it's really difficult to actually stop those minions from being in a lane.
And just as you say it, here we are in the corner with the command throw super. Of course, getting the wall break. Let's see what round start option we're going to go with.
Indeed, so tried to go for the dust, but that was not Mara. Nim was ready for it. She's not going to let that hit. Stun Dipper to get in. No real conversion, unfortunately.
Alright, Nim starting to put down a lot more, putting on more fight here. Starting to kind of get the read on how Ephelle plays, but unfortunately, no amount of reading is going to matter when there's a boot in your face. And that's going to be another 3-0 from Ephelle, making all of winners round 1. 3 O's across the board.
Characters, which makes it kind of undesirable to play, generally.
Yeah, we're playing Scribe. If we wanted to play something that we had to think about, we'd be playing like +R or something.
Exactly, but then like Jacko's like, yeah, she does pretty okay damage, but it's like you have to put in so much effort to get that damage, when you could be playing Naga, who doesn't
just get that damage off of one hit.
It's like, yeah, I'll just almost turn your brain off. You can't, of course, not turn your brain off with Naga, considering you have to watch your blood a lot and stuff, but the effort compared to Jacko is such a different thing.
Alright, seeing 7 platinum letters on the screen here from Mira with a very dominant round 1. Miji once again in the corner, looking just like round 1, unfortunately. Great wild throw, putting down the pressure, and Miji, we are seeing a lot of faultless defense from them. Definitely something that you need from Sol, but unfortunately, 7 more platinum letters.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just is not enough. You cannot keep blocking against Sol, you have to fight back, as this team suggests, you know? That's the thing I love about Sol's team. It's like you're in a bar fight, except you're winning.
That's great.
That's the entire way to describe Sol's team, is just you're in a bar fight, and you're winning. There you go.
Hey, it's on my gym playlist for a reason.
That is fitting.
Alright, getting right back into it. Alright, once we catch up here, this time we're seeing a very different thing than what we saw at the beginning. We are seeing Miji taking a much more dominant play style here against Mira. Finding a lot of openings here. Perhaps the quickest download speed in America, already on fiber optic. And taking a very impressive win there.
Yeah, just fighting back. Like, yeah, I've seen what you do in first round. We got this. We're taking this back.
Alright, great cross up there. Going to go ahead and put down the disc. Unfortunately not finding an opening there, but finding a grab.
Yeah, indeed, and now the disc was applied. Unfortunately, it does not expect the burst there. It's gets air thrown. That's definitely something you want to be applying against Mira. Make sure that she cannot play her air game as much as she wants to.
Alright, but here comes the big soul damage. Alright, sitting at 1 game apiece. Let's see who's got the faster download speed.
That is indeed going to be the question right now. Trying to find an opening, capital landing there, but doesn't quite give you anything. That's unfortunate here.
Alright, Miji's definitely going to have to find a way in now. Going to need to get that negative bonus off. Right, big counter hit. This could be an opportunity for some very big damage if we can get the wall splats.
We can, but we unfortunately misinputted dust there. That is really unfortunate there.
Fortunately, with another opening, Miji might be able to turn this around. And looks like we're seeing those beautiful Milia air combos.
We are, but Blue has to get in. Unfortunately, does not get the full combo there. Goal burst, we have the meter.
Oh my god, that was such... I became a fan for a second. I completely forgot that I was a commentator when that was happening.
For a moment, I was just hoping there would be a DP there and just stop it entirely from happening. I was like, you know, just have your full Connect Viper there, just do it.
Alright, sitting at 1 game apiece for both players now. This is our first to not go 3-0. Very excited to see how this is going to go, though. I'm very invested in this already.
It's looking a lot more back and forth indeed, and I mean, that is what you want to see. You want to see them fight for it.
I want this to go to last match, last round, last second. I want all the lasts here because that's more Guilty Gear.
It indeed is more Guilty Gear. That is always a good thing.
Alright, seeing a round that looks a lot more like our first round here from Mira. You don't need too many openings when you're Sol and you've got meter.
When you're Sol, you got meter, you wall throw and you do big damage. That's what you do.
Alright, Miji managing to find their way out. Oh, unfortunately going to miss that throw. This could be a very big problem, and it looks like it's going to be. We're able to get the wall splat here. Unfortunately, not able to get it.
as well. Unfortunately, not the finishing. But again, Volcanic Viper.
I love the pause frame there. I love the pose that he's in. It's just such a good end to the round. But not the end yet. 2-1 so far.
It's also great because you just hear Sol scream it as well from the top of his lungs.
It's so good. Everything about this game can just be me just, oh my god, it's so good. Just everything.
Daisuke did something good.
Right? Hey, his vision is 2020.
Definitely, it is. That is why this game is incredibly balanced, you know?
Oh yeah, totally. There's no problems with this game at all.
Exactly. The only problem is that Mira needs more damage, and right now, Miji is really going to have to find that, or it's going to look dire for them.
We did see a lot of adaptation from them in the second round, but unfortunately, it looks like Mira's the one with gigabyte download speed right now. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah,
oh, the DP.
No, Volcanic Viper will come in clutch there. Unfortunately, not going for the second cross-up was real.
Alright, just a lot of disc combos right now. When you throw them all out, you're not going to block all of them.
Oh no, bad moon to finish that combo. Unfortunate. We'll need to find a new opening here, and of course Mira is thinking the same here.
Alright, Mira not opting for the burst there. Guess she knew that it wasn't going to kill, but this one just might burst on deck, but unfortunately not quick enough to bring it out. It's going to be Mira at match point now.
Yeah, Mira ready there, knowing that that was not likely to kill. Saving the burst potential for the next round, but doesn't not need it.
Alright, just going to go ahead and use the burst. You don't want to let Mira gain any traction at all. Oh, unfortunately...
You're stuck in the corner. Air throw from that POC, beautiful stuff. Now you're stuck still. Fafnir, get that plus frames, of course.
Alright, and finding that opening, that's going to be a 3-1 for Mira. Amazing play there from Miji, though. Definitely finding some adaptation. Managing to even take a single game off of our first seed is super impressive in and of itself. I also noticed that Ephelle's lost quote is "See me in persona," and I just had to point that out. That's amazing.
it is pretty good. In Persona, like, there's some crazy things going on there.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we'll see some more events for that soon. But anyway, right now we're seeing the one event that matters right now, and that's the Queen of the Hill top 8.
Exactly, some good old Guilty Gear Strive. That throw will land. Minions are out, there's so much to worry about right now.
You've got 3 characters. Most people only have to worry about 1. But Jacko, fortunate enough to have some friends to help her out.
Definitely, and there's some very friendly goobers that are going to allow for this damage to rack up very quickly.
God, I looked away for 2 seconds and Aletheia is on a touch. Ooh, unfortunately not quite lined up.
Yeah, but does not matter. Gets the throw. Oh, smart use of the jump D there. Unfortunately, Aletheia having some places to go and is applying that pressure here.
Aletheia definitely very good at getting mix-ups. But I mean, at the end of the day,
you won't. Like, if
his
it's
eyes
high or low,
closed.
you don't know. Like, the smartest way to play that, I feel, is if it's high or low, it doesn't matter. If you don't know what you're doing, your opponent can't know either.
Hey, I'm a grappler. I know that better than anybody. Not only am I a grappler, I'm a Merkava player in Under Night. So that shows you how few of my brain cells are used.
Oh, okay. That is. You see, I am a Lin player, so that is
A little bit more brain used, but
all of the brains.
We're seeing Aletheia using all of her brain right now.
Exactly, but unfortunately, we'll get back to it now. You're in the corner. Minions are coming on the field as well.
It doesn't matter if you're using all of your brains if your opponent has 3 brains to use.
Exactly, just need that little bit here. Well, I see cool burst coming out from Aletheia. That is a lot of Mira you can use now.
Alright, managing to avoid the super.
Definitely was
Ephelle
must be
trying
used to possibly catch out Ephelle and kill the minion, but it is such a dangerous position to be in there. Minion on your back and Jackal in your front.
That is just a terrifying position. I do believe that's going to be 1-1 now.
I believe it is.
Yes, Aletheia did win the first round. That is right.
Yeah, now Jackal taking her mask off, she suddenly becomes 10 times more powerful. That is fact.
Absolutely. Had some stuff slipping off my desk. Had to make sure that we didn't have a disaster in the middle of commentary.
Would you say that's a disaster of passion?
I would, in fact, say it's a disaster of passion, but it's much more a disaster of taking entirely too many classes.
That is something.
Alright, fast motion right now. We're catching up. Looks like we're back here. Aletheia with a pretty healthy life lead, but with the combos that we've seen from Ephelle so far, that life lead can be cut down in a matter of seconds. But Aletheia not letting Ephelle find the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and that counter hit will lead to a bit more damage, and that will kill. Jackal looking very unhappy there.
Alright, round start counter hit, you'll love to see it. Going ahead and just keeping the spacing. Right, closing in when you've got the minion there to keep everything safe. Not getting a wall stick, let's try that again.
Yeah, and I mean, you're stuck in the corner. This is not a good decision. Minions, every time that she can just put them back on, will break the border. Now, yes, it's back to neutral, but again, your life lead is so much in Ephelle's favor right now.
Alright, 7 platinum letters on the screen.
It's a beautiful perfect. Good counter, forced the person right out of Aletheia. Aletheia now, of course, trying to find that mix-up, which actually managed to get well notice out. This time low, and unfortunately it's blocked.
Just very, very back and forth. A very dominant round from Ephelle, but now a very dominant round from Aletheia. But Ephelle finding her way back in. What's the mix going to be? Great throw.
Great throw. Indeed, the counter hit there allowing for so much more damage. Ephelle really needs to get this before any stray hit hits her.
Alright, that life bar was cut down very quickly, but unfortunately, Ephelle's life bar is cut to 0 just a little bit faster.
Yeah, unfortunately, you gotta remember that specials do chip damage, and you gotta FD them.
Alright, looks like I've been disconnected from the room, so let me go ahead and see about
I think it is just a small minor hiccup.
Yes. Okay, looks like that was just from the game. I was not disconnected from the room, fortunately. We're still rolling on.
Yeah. So I've had a small hiccup. It happens.
Hey, it wouldn't be a fighting game if there weren't a couple issues.
Looking back at Street Fighter V lobbies, which actually work.
Hey, Street Fighter V was my first fighter, and I came in at the worst possible time for it.
The lobbies at least work. Netcode?
You got me there.
Debatable.
Not delay-based, right?
Yep. Well, it's technically rollback, but it's more delay-based though. Like, Street Fighter V actually has some good network for its time. It's just...
Yeah. I know it. I know it's rollback. It's just so much fun to make fun of how bad the netcode is, because Street Fighter. Anyway, what's not terrible was that dominant round by Aletheia.
Exactly, that's some really good play you want to see right there, but Ephelle is of course not wanting to let that be the end of her, and the minions are out on the field to help her with that.
Alright, a little bit slower play here by Aletheia so far. Ephelle managing to find an opening, but the get off me button always comes in handy.
It certainly does, and now you're back in the corner. PSC trying to put on the pressure counter hit. Lance minion is out, and that should almost be it.
Alright, Ephelle's just going to need to find a touch. One of the situations that Jacko's zoning ability comes in handy, but unfortunately not in a position where that's happening. Alright, Ephelle with a full bar on deck right now. One touch is going to kill for anyone, and there's the touch.
You know, I'm still surprised that Jacko can move that way.
It's
It's incredible.
Alright, Ephelle trying to keep the distance, possibly finding a little bit more comfort in this matchup right now.
Definitely, right now, of course, the life seems somewhat equal, but Ephelle is taking that burst, unfortunately. But Ephelle has meter voice, he comes out, trying to find some opening. The minion will help with that, but doesn't matter, the Red RC will stop from anything from advancing here.
Alright, that life is evened up just as fast as it was taken. Great overhead there from Aletheia with the counter hit. That's going to be able to be converted into a full combo. And of course, that's going to be death. I do believe that is 3-1 for Aletheia.
Which definitely didn't go. Or 2-8, you know, gotta get that slash kicks out.
Alright, looks like we've got Aletheia back in. So we're going to be seeing our winners finals. Definitely excited to see this. Two incredibly talented players who have absolutely shown that, you know, they've definitely deserved to be here. The dominant play that we've seen from both of these players, I'm just so excited.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting match, that is for sure. Sol with the raw neutral wall damage that you have to deal with, and then of course, you know, it's a guessing game. See if you can guess right several times in a row.
Alright, getting right into it. Got the Sol theme playing. As you said before, it's a bar fight and you're winning.
Exactly, it truly is, but unfortunately that is not what is happening right now. But throw there will maybe give Mira some time to do just that, and it's just less quickly turning the tables.
Great avoidance of the gun flame there. That was just such an interesting use of Ino's fly. Great block on the TP.
Yeah, no full punish on it though. We'll get a bit of damage afterwards, but it is not looking too good. Just a little bit of HP. Mira needs to find a way in. Text to throw.
I'm also interested to see how each character's pressure is going to play into this. Given the fact that these characters have such long block strings, you're going to be using up so much meter to FD. So it's going to be interesting to see how meter is going to play into this, considering that, you know, both players are going to be lucky to get a bar of meter with as much as they're having to block each other's just onslaught of pressure.
Exactly, and there might be some times where you just want to IB instead, but getting those IBs is not easy.
Mm-hmm. Especially with both of these players and characters able to mix up their pressure so much. And on the note of mix-ups into the command throw super, This animation is so good. A wall splat, not even on a wall.
Doesn't matter. Ball throw misses, unfortunately, and this choke to 3 will land there, knocking Mira down.
Alright, 1-1. Very excited to see who's going to be the first to put a point on the board.
Very quick burst there from Aletheia, not wanting to take any more of that soul damage. And to be fair, I cannot blame her at all. Like, taking soul damage, not what you want.
Okay, we also saw Mira showing that she didn't want to take any damage, using a very well-placed burst there and allowing her pressure to continue into the wild throw once again, taking a not as dominant as before round 1. Putting up We're seeing Aletheia putting up a lot more of a fight than Mira's past opponents have.
That is,
you know what?
Again,
more Guilty Gear, so.
More Guilty Gear, more exciting matches. What's not to love, you know?
Nice.
Although, the level difference is still massive if you look at it.
Oh my god. Anytime I see someone who's in like the 3000s like Mira, I'm just absolutely horrified. I'm like, I'm at 116. I feel like I've played this game so much. But I'm just nothing compared to the level that they're at.
I'm just a measly 720, it's fine. Also, not too, like, it's bit of a But, you know. We're not here to talk about our own levels, we're here to talk about some good Guilty Gear Strive, and Mira getting the throw there will give some time to do damage, and it's Sol. Damage is guaranteed.
Absolutely. Alright, looks like I finally caught up now. Alright, Mira putting on a lot of pressure here, but interesting shimmy from Aletheia. Unfortunately, that's going to be punished. Interesting interactions there, but the wild throw has been Mira's bread and butter so far. Once again, taking another round with it.
Yeah, it's just... Wild throw is such a difficult thing to deal with, considering the amount of damage it does. You have to be ready.
It's just so misleading for how much damage like you're expecting it to deal. I do believe that was round 1, right?
I think that was 1. Yeah.
Okay, that was game 2. This has been going by so fast. It's difficult to keep up with.
Soul gameplay, it goes fast.
Right?
But I mean, it's Daisuke's boy, right? Like, it has to.
Hey, Daisuke used to voice him. If you make the game and you voice a character, if you don't make that character just ridiculously strong, what are you doing?
I mean, as many people in the Guilty Gear universe, like, people know that are fans of it, will generally say that Sol is just literally Daisuke's OC.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's pretty accurate with the fact that he used to voice him, so it makes sense.
Hey, when your character's a self-insert, they're allowed to be a little bit of a Mary Sue.
Exactly.
Alright, a lot of pressure here so far. Baiting the burst. Not getting a huge punish off of it, but getting the bread and butter wild throw.
And just like that, the kill, it's plain to deal with, dude. There's so much damage that can be done with Sol. And they bring out misses, but the DP will land there. That is not what you want.
Alright, once again, putting out some huge damage. Alright, Aletheia starting to find a little bit of comfort, but unfortunately that comfort's taken straight away with a wild throw to the face and a wall stick into the kill.
Yeah, I was against the kill. Don't even need to make it fancy. Just hit the button there. Get that kill.
Like I said, I play grapplers, small brain.
Small brain, maybe. That's why you just put Tenkin Buster.
Right. Alright, but now we're getting into this 2 very big brain characters. One where you have to control 2 to 3 characters at a time, showing how big the brain's gotta be. But we're seeing grabs. We're seeing grappler-sized brain gameplay right now.
Exactly, just get the throws out. It is enough to sometimes get someone from low health, and I mean, why not, right?
I mean, hey, 2 throws, that's a good, about 25% damage. So we absolutely take those. Alright, now starting to see a lot more pressure here from Ephelle. Not any minions out just yet. Waiting to find a good opportunity for that. Managing to avoid the disc, though, which is definitely great. Not a situation you want to be in, especially with low health. Great YR.
Definitely coming clutch there. That combo should be enough, and it gets just tossed down like that.
Alright, very back and forth, but Ephelle managing to come out on top.
Indeed, and the minions are out. It is time to guess the throw whiffs, and that is a perfect time for Ephelle to get some spacing going and get those minions on the field.
Great use of the time that was given with the counter hit, but unfortunately, once again, all the minions gone. Miji putting down a lot of pressure in the corner. But immediately, as soon as I say it, straight out, Ephelle has the movement. She can get wherever she needs to be at the time.
Exactly, and unfortunately was not ready for that burst, but the life lead is real, and just like that, the minion will be taking that with a nice little clap.
Alright, Jack, they're so... Ephelle and Jacko are so intertwined in my mind. I nearly just said Jacko. Ephelle showing that she really, really wants that run back against Aletheia. She wants the chance to take on Mira as well, who is sitting comfortably in Grand Finals.
Exactly, and I mean, I can't blame her. If you have a chance to get that run back, you definitely want that. Like, that is a classic in the FGC. If you get a chance, you are going to fight tooth and nail to get that.
Hey, like I said, we all love lore in the FGC, and we might be seeing some built right now.
Exactly, some interesting lore with Jacko. And of course, if Ephelle managed to get the Grand Finals, that's going to be against the whole classic of wife fight back scenario.
Alright, a little bit back and forth so far. Ephelle sitting in a little bit more dominant of a position. A lot of pressure being built right now, and an opportunity to get some minions out. Let's see what Ephelle's going to do. Don't even need the minions, we've got the ball and chain.
Exactly, we got the ball and chain, we got a little skull, we will do some damage anyway.
Alright, oh, great punishment off of that whipped grab. This is going to be a great opportunity for Miji to start building some damage. Getting out the discs, getting the Milia Classic, and we've got the wall break. Jumping up just enough to get that hit. Alright, interesting use of the projectile super there. Didn't connect, but, you know, it kept Ephelle from managing to build any pressure or get any minions out. Again,
exactly, and unfortunately that will be getting back to it, and now you're in the corner, minion out, but Varsi will take care of that.
Ooh,
that's such a good counter, that anti-air, beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, didn't get too much out of it.
Alright, Miji has seen what Ephelle is able to do in the corner, and they do not want to be a victim of what they've already seen.
Yep,
unfortunately,
like
we're all victimized by that move.
Yeah, it's the thing about Jacko's 2K, which is pretty fine, and combo it with the 2D. It's such a simple combo that you can actually apply some pressure afterwards. You can set up a minion, so it's rough.
Definitely. I believe that was round 1 or round 2 for Ephelle. Right. Okay, so round 2. Once again, becoming a fan, losing track of numbers. As the great thing about this game.
Which you would think you'd get more numbers in your head because Jacko is so smart.
Right?
You would think that it'd be the opposite, but no, it's going so well, so smooth that it's like, oh yeah, no, numbers go by.
Alright, looks like I'm having a little bit of a connection issue on my end. So until this match restarts, I do believe I'm going to pass it over to you for commentary.
Yeah,
okay, looks like that was all.
It's just you, but at the moment, it is looking interesting, so at least it's Dust landing, no punish, of course.
Alright, Miji finding an opening, starting to fight back a bit.
Yeah. This is one of those things where you really need to keep your pressure on Jacko, or she's going to apply the minions, and with all the minions out of the field, you have so much to think about.
Milia also has a lot fewer options to deal with the minions, like as opposed to a lot of other characters. Like, you know, not having projectile outside of her super, kind of having a little bit stubby moves at some points can make it a little bit difficult to deal with some of the minion pressure.
That Legion driver though, beautifully connects and will get the kill there.
Alright, Ephelle sitting at a comfortable match point.
Indeed.
Giant mountain, Miji definitely on the turnbuckles right now.
The minions are of course on the field, but very quickly they disappear as well. And that is going to be a nice little air combo, which will get... No, it will not get the wall break.
That was such a huge amount of damage. This is definitely going to get the wall break, though.
It indeed is. Just picked it up perfectly. Unfortunately, the minion is now back behind you. You gotta be careful.
Alright, Ephelle showing that she's got long combos of her own.
Indeed, and beautiful jump in there. Will be able to get some pressure going, but Void, she will stop that in its tracks. Miji need to find a way back in.
Alright, Miji just going to need a touch to go ahead and put a point on the board. Right, is this going to be it? Unfortunately not. We've still got bursts on deck, but that is going to be enough. That's going to take Miji up 1-2, showing themselves to still be in the race.
Yeah, just that cross-up, giving them what they needed there. But again, Ephelle has been pretty consistent in this matchup, so I'm not sure if it... We'll just have to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely... We definitely saw a little bit more counterplay from Miji in this, so possibly could be a matter of getting a little bit more used to the matchup. But as you said, Ephelle, with some adaptability of her own, so we're going to have to see if she's going to be able to adapt enough to counter her opponent's adaptability.
Exactly. Miji needs to adapt as much as possible right now, but they don't have much time. And Ephelle, of course, if Ephelle gets any momentum back, it might just be it.
Mm-hmm. As Miji has a very big mountain to climb. Hey, but when you've got air combos like this, you might get to that mountain a little bit faster.
You might just be getting over it, indeed.
Alright, locking down with the minion, but we've got bursts to answer for that.
We do, but now we do not have any burst, and the minion will stop Miji in their tracks on the arm. That is so unfortunate right now. He just stuck in the corner, and minions are possibly coming out. It doesn't matter, don't even need them.
Miji unfortunately taking a few too many risks there. Earlier they were sitting at a very healthy life lead. You just have to know when you've got to take things a little bit more easy and focus more on counterplay as opposed to, you know, losing that huge life lead and possibly losing the entire match. But Miji sitting at perfect health right now. Let's see if they're able to keep that though.
They are definitely not going to be able to keep that counter leading into the Elysian driver. A big chunk of damage has just been applied.
Yeah, evening up the life like it's nothing. Alright, great throw tech from both players.
Good anti-air on Miji's side there. Will break the wall there, but it's not enough to kill.
Alright, Miji's going to have to find a touch, and there it is. Alright.
Out of the woods yet. Miji needs another win here to set it up 2-2. And of course, Ephelle just needs that one more to actually take it.
Alright, hopefully neither of these players give too much into the desperation that a situation like this could build. Hopefully we just see both players managing to remain calm. Unfortunately, once again, seeing Miji get opened up, this could be the end if this combo doesn't drop. Winning with a wall break.
And it does not. Just with a beautiful clap, minion hitting through, and that breaks the wall to get the kill.
Alright, so Ephelle getting the run back against Aletheia.
Possibly a bigger fear, but at the same time, I don't think the fear for that would be enough. In this case, it's more of a, I can go back, let's do it better this time.
Right. Alright, all it comes down to is who has less fear than the other. Let's see who's going to have learned. Let's see who might be making the bad decisions.
It's when you have to just listen to Kiske and you never stop, just go.
Alright. Ephelle finding a very, very impressive opening here. Going into super. This is going to leave Aletheia with just enough health.
To survive indeed, and that is not a good start for Aletheia.
Alright, but Aletheia finding a grab, now finding a little bit more comfortable with the situation, but that block dust is going to be a huge damage into another driver.
And, I mean, taking one of them in a round is already something, but taking two, that's gonna be on your mind. It's the same thing when you're fighting Potemkin. If he grabs you once, okay. If you get pot busted again after that, you just start to wonder, like, if something's not right.
Alright, Aletheia managing to find a way in. It's going to not be too big of a punish off the whiff grab, but this is going to be a huge punish here, going into the wall break.
Yeah, gonna get the positive bonus as well as quite that hard knockdown and just getting another mix off of it.
Aletheia also seems to be noticing that Ephelle has a tendency to block low, and we're seeing a lot of punishment there with using Jacko's overhead.
Exactly. But that doesn't always matter. The node is out, the mix is starting to be applied. Unfortunately, did not get to block it properly, and you're going to go through the wall with that. Ephelle taking some damage here.
Alright, this could be enough to kill, but with burst on deck. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but that is just how it goes. Aletheia taking one on the board.
Alright, even closer to that matchup now, or closer to the run back, excuse me, against Mira.
Yeah.
Ephelle with the see me in persona lost quote. I love it so much.
It's a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some pretty interesting ones too. I've seen some like Toho ones as well, which is pretty great.
Mine was see me in Under Night for a while. Actually, not sure what it is now.
Mine is actually just a JoJo code, so
Nice.
just hitting them at the yara because
Obviously, as someone with a JoJo tattoo, I'm very clearly a big JoJo fan.
So the best thing about it is that my R code is just stand name Dolphin Platinum.
It's so good.
So it's like I fully lean into the Dolphins on my. It's great.
Alright, lots of movement here, not seeing too many things fully connect, just seeing the damage start to very slowly chip away at both players' health.
Yeah, indeed, and of course, the mental is gonna have to be considered as well. All those little mistakes, all those little hits will build up over time, and it's not just gonna be your health bar that is degrading.
Alright, great throw there from Aletheia. Going to be taking it again with that overhead. So we've seen so far that a lot of the matches have started off very much in Ephelle's favor, but Aletheia, ends up finding her way, a little bit further on into it. But this match looking a lot more dominant at the beginning as opposed to, what I was saying, commentator's curse.
It is looking like that, but minion on the field, we can apply some pressure, but Aletheia, of course, opting for the warrior seed there to stop the minion from advancing. Whereas coming out of Ephelle's side, having some meter, he'll PRC, but still gonna get that there.
Alright, Aletheia is going to be putting another point on the board, sitting at a clean 2-0, really desperately wants that run back to Mira.
And I mean, can you blame Aletheia in this case? I don't think you can.
Hey, with that $1,000 prize pool, I would be going for the highest possible placement that I could get.
Exactly. I'm telling you, you want to fight the person that kicks you down to lose to the beginning. We're gonna show them, hey, I can do this. I am still very strong, and you're gonna go down.
$1,021 to be specific. And remember, with !Matcherino, you can claim the free code. There are 8 left, and you can put a little bit extra in there to, show our players some love and give them a little bit of extra money.
Exactly, and I mean, the codes, it just takes a few seconds to claim one. It really isn't that much effort, and it doesn't cost you anything.
It only costs you 30 seconds, and that's fast enough that you can get back here and not miss too much.
And you can always do it in between games. There's enough time for it, but right now we're having some classic pressure, but it is one of those difficult things. You have to really be ready for whatever. She's gonna go high or she's gonna go low.
Yes, with that's a terrifying question to ask, because if you guess wrong once, you're eating a good 30 to 40% combo.
Or you're just eating a few more resets to take another high or another low that you were not ready for. Try to 6p and unfortunately whiffs, giving Aletheia some time to go in, and there you go. The low was guessed wrong, and that should be it.
Alright, Aletheia getting to a match point. Ephelle's going to have to work very hard right now if she wants to stay alive in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. This is not a position you want to be in, where you have to fight for your life to even get a point on the board.
Hey, like we were saying, it's all mental. If you can make your opponent get complacent, you might be able to take advantage of that. Much like we're seeing right now, some strong play from Ephelle, but Aletheia finding an opening and a grab, and Ephelle also finding a grab.
Yeah, Aletheia trying to go for the double dash to get an empty jump in, but it did not matter. Ephelle was ready for it and got the back throw, and this is just what you get for it.
Alright, Ephelle clearly listening to the BGs, trying to stay alive.
Exactly.
Aletheia locking down in the corner. Ephelle finding a very quick way out.
Chemical Love actually hitting there, but the back throw will give Ephelle some time to fight back. We need to find some opening here, and that is going to be happening over time, but the counter hit from Aletheia will not give that.
Looks like Ephelle may have been trying to bait a burst there, possibly. We were seeing a lot of lulls in her pressure, and we are now seeing a dead Jacko that is going to be Aletheia advancing into Grand Finals with a 3-0.
Equipment, so shoutouts to Dynamic Focus for doing that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the match. Yay!
All right, wrapping up at the perfect time to get back into some amazing Guilty Gear.
Exactly, looking at that beautiful eagle, he is ready to fly up and give us this match.
All right, so this, of course, is our Grand Finals. The best of the best have fought to get here. Mira on winner's side and Aletheia on loser's side. Now, Mira is coming off of a 3-0 victory against Aletheia. So definitely the favorite to win here, but we've seen a lot of Grand Finals upsets, but unfortunately the only upset right now is the broken cobblestone on the ground with that wild throw.
Yeah, that wild throw taking so much health, giving the kill there. It is definitely a move you want to be careful of, but you gotta remember that that's so entire bread and butter is that strike throw setup. Is he going for the strike? Is he going for the throw? You gotta be so ready for it.
Alright, Mira putting on a load of pressure here. Finally finding an opening. Tried to go for a shimmy, but Aletheia read it. Right, the World Tour's canceled. The only
Thunderbringer block, but it does not matter. The pressure is still on.
Alright, and that's going to be a kill. 1-1. Very excited to see he's going to be the first one to put points on the board.
I have a feeling it might just be Mira, but for that we have to wait a little bit. But that clean hit Volcanic Viper, so much damage.
Also, mentioning the mental before, you have to think about what it's going to do to Mira if Aletheia is able to get a win here.
Exactly, but at the same time you can also think how it is going to feel for Aletheia if Mira takes another one, and there you go. Mira putting the one on the board first.
Alright, showing us exactly how she went on a tear to get to Grand Finals, showing us why she's our first seed.
Yeah, it is no wonder at this point. You can see solid gameplay, and of course the baited bursts are happening so often. Mira is so often just ready for that burst to come out and just block it and get a proper punish from it.
And with the damage that we've seen, anything that comes from a counter hit, that's going to be a lot of damage. Going to be even more than just the normal hits that we've seen her managing to get all throughout this so far.
Yeah, so counter hits, they're something else.
Alright, getting back into it. Alright, Aletheia finding the first hit in this. Right, going back and forth so far. Not quite close enough. Super's blocked.
And the forward slash, yep. That's the unfortunate thing of playing against Sol. He does so much damage.
Especially with a player as good as Mira at the helm.
Exactly, just being ready for those punishes to get the damage out is certainly one thing, but Aletheia getting that super there with the wallbreak will definitely give some positive points to get some meter going here. I don't think Mira is having any of that.
Alright, trying to lock down with the note, does not connect, but that is going to be Mira grabbing, not Mira, I'm sorry, Aletheia, grabbing another game, possibly looking to tie it up here.
Possibly, that 6H block but no punish, that's unfortunate. And that Volcanic Viper is going to do a nice amount of damage here in the corner, not where you want to be.
Definitely not. Alright, closing the distance again, running in. Just daring the opponent to press a button. Alright, that's going to be Mira going up 2-0.
Just Volcanic Viper to get the kill. It works. It does damage.
Alright, waiting for Aletheia to ready up once again. And straight into it. The Eagle takes flight for what might be the last time tonight if Mira is able to keep this momentum up.
Yeah, that is indeed correct. It might just be the end for Aletheia here, but Aletheia, of course, can still fight back. It is just a question of whether the mental is strong in that fight now. Is it still fine, or are we in a bad spot right now?
Right. Alright, a very good start, but unfortunately loses that counter hit at the beginning. And along with it, loses a solid 50% of her life. Alright, opportunities for some very big damage here. Tying the life back up, baiting the DP.
Indeed, the bait is there. Really convenient there, but is it gonna be enough?
Alright, great use of the super to start to throw off the rhythm a little bit. Great throw, and a great punish.
I honestly just love to throw on the bandit bringer there.
Once again, just becoming a fan.
Yeah, just making sure that you cannot even get the actual pressure going from bandit bringer, because after it landed, it is kind of hard to punish. So if you stop it before it even hits, perfect.
Seeing a little bit of gunflame there, just close the distance a bit. Alright, with the wild throw, but the DP does not miss.
It does not, and just like that, you're stuck in the wall to die to the bandit revolver.
Alright, Mira sitting at match point right now. Aletheia is going to have to get this win if she wants to stay alive.
Exactly, and it's not gonna be an easy thing at all. DP is blocked this time, allowing Aletheia some breathing room and some damage.
Alright, finding an opening there, and the super Aletheia is only going to need a touch. Let's see if she's going to be able to find it.
That is a good question. Burst
Right,
coming out
burst.
from Mira, knowing that if they take that hit there, if she's taking that hit, it'll
Alright,
work.
Aletheia finding an opening, staying alive.
Yeah, just like that, Aletheia does get that hit, and that's what Mira wanted to avoid, of course, to have to play another game.
Alright, all that matters though at the end of the day, the bird stayed alive. We get to see the eagle again.
We get to see the beautiful eagle once more. It is
And
great.
hey, the eagle represents dynamic focus, bird squad.
Squad.
Alright, a little bit long of a loading screen here.
Sometimes
But we're into it now.
the bird is just like, ah no, I need to take my time for this one.
Alright, once again, a great punish using the super. Aletheia looking very dominant right now.
Definitely something Aletheia wants right now is to keep that up, but Mira is getting one countered and it's already a nice chunk of damage, but at the end of the day, that dust is so confusing to deal with.
Right?
It looks like it's a low, but it's not a low.
Alright, Mira finding her way to the corner. Let's see if she's going to be able to keep this pressure on. Aletheia has shown a talent for managing to get out. Maximizing the
that's
damage
Tyrant
using the super.
So much damage. Tyrant Wave, of course, giving that hard knockdown. Got the free jump in there. Catches the backdash and the 6H for the OTG to kill.
Okay, Mira with a perfect for that round. Let's see if she's going to be able to ride that momentum.
Definitely looking like it right now. That is such a beautiful amount of damage. Mira needs a little bit more. Just a few more hits will likely do it. Burst, however, on Aletheia side, baited and blocked. There we go, just like that. A little bit more to go, and Mira will take it.
Alright, signed, sealed, and delivered with the low slash. Mira is going to take it 3-1.